Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Melissa Martin, and I'm a Triple Diamond with It Works Global. Tonight, we're going to talk about Freedom Moms. I have my hostesses here. We have Alicia Amayo and Corinne Burnstead that are going to be our interviews, along with myself, our interviewers. And we have 6 lovely ladies that are making a full-time, a relatively good income with It Works Global from home. So we're going to interview them and their different stories, how they did that. I've been in this business for just a couple of years, and we'll go into my story later. But I just wanted to kind of breeze over a few reasons why we chose It Works. It Works Global is a network marketing company. We have network marketing itself has produced more millionaires in this world than any other company, than any other type of business in the country. 80% of people will purchase from a network marketing company at some point in the United States. So it's really good statistics. It Works Global have a first-to-market product, a product that you cannot buy in any store. We also have a very small amount of distributors still, over 18 countries that we're in. We only have about 110,000 distributors worldwide. We're in 18 countries. And you look at companies that are other network marketing companies are in like the million distributor range. So we have a really long way to go and grow. The nice thing about It Works Global, and number one reason why I chose this company and chose to stay with them, is that we're in really good financial standing as well. We are a debt-free company. We have 0 debt, so that we're not going anywhere, and we're going to continue to grow. That being said, I'm going to just go right into what's called our party pad, and I'm going to share my screen with you. And we're just going to talk about really quickly about some of our products, just so you have an idea of what this business is about, and then we'll go into the interviews later. So I'm going to just leave it on this screen here. Have you tried that crazy wrap thing? Some of you may have, some of you may have not. I was introduced to it on Facebook. It's our flagship product, and you can't buy it anywhere. It is very easy, affordable, fun. You simply take it out. It's a cloth wrap, and you put it anywhere on the body. We have special ones for the face, and you see results in as little as 45 minutes. And this is what it will do for you. It tightens, tones, and firms the skin in as little of 45 minutes, reduces the appearance of cellulite, and gives you fast and lasting results from a botanically based formula. Luckily for us, they are only available through It Works independent distributors. So again, really no competition, which I absolutely love. This is just one example of what the flagship product does for people. We have over 30 different products with this company, and they are all geared around health, beauty, and wellness. So for a full list, you can visit the website, or someone can send you a product catalog as well. But we can highlight those at another time if you're interested in more. Obviously, you're going to want information on the different products we have. We have 3 different ways you can purchase all products. Our first way is retail, and that's just one-time purchases. It's at the retail price, and then we have 2 wholesale programs. The first wholesale program is for loyal customers, and they get distributor pricing without having to start a business. So I really liked the fact that they weren't forcing people to start businesses in order to get a really good price on something. But as you see here, we have our body line, we have facial line, we have, I'm actually going to stop sharing this for a minute to show you really quickly before we move on to the interviews. Here we go. This is a product catalog. So we have our body, skincare, greens, and our lifestyle line, which are supplements. All of our products are geared around quality, natural ingredients. Supplements range from anything for weight loss, menopause, stress relief, and up, energy, any of that, building lean muscle mass, etc. Let me go ahead and share this again. So If you wanted more information on the Loyal Customer Program, we can give you that as well. There's 2 ways to become a loyal customer. I'm actually going to pass it over to Alicia Amayo. She's a Presidential Diamond with the company, and she's going to talk about how exactly you become a distributor before we move on to the interviews.
Thank you, Melissa. I know you can't. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you. I'm going to click. There we go.
Okay. Well, my name's Alicia, and I'm a presidential with the company. I've been involved with It Works. I had my 4-year anniversary last month, and this has been completely life-changing for us. I was actually introduced through the company through this little card right here. Somebody came into my job and gave it to me, and I tried the product, saw results, and decided to join. And how I started was I purchased my business builder kit. It was $99, and I knew with that kit that I got 4 wraps. I could take each wrap and sell it for $25 a piece. So if you do the math, that is $100 you're making right away by selling your wrap to people, your wraps. Can you put the screen back up there, Melissa? The party pad? Thank you. So you can see here what you get in your kit is the box of wraps, which is called the Ultimate Body Applicator. You get 4 little tubes of Mini Defining Gel, which is the sister formula or the sister product to the wrap. The same formula, but it's meant to be used daily. The wraps every 3 days. So you get some little samples of that. You can use that yourself, or you can, give it out when you're wrapping people for $25. It gives you some nice little fab wrap. That's the green roll in the middle that helps secure the wrap in place. You get some of the Blitz cards, which I just showed you. This is like a really great marketing material. Our tool, you just basically pass it out to people when you're out and about living your daily life. So you get some of these. You get that catalog that Melissa showed you. You also get this party pad that we're going through right now. You get this tool as well, and you'd be doing the same thing we're doing, which is basically, going through the loyal customer and then going through the business side. They're nice enough to give us a coupon. We all have cute little shirts and stuff that they allow us to purchase, so that when we're out living our life, people can see that we're a part of the company. And sometimes people just approach you when you wear your gear. So step 1 is to join for $99, and then step 2 is, Melissa, if you can do that. Okay. Kelly, can you mute your microphone, please? Thank you. And then maybe Melissa, say something so your screen pops back up, if she can hear me.
Yeah, sorry, I can hear you. I have it set up to where I can click on the screen, so they're only seeing this big one here.
Okay. Okay, so step 2 is what you want to do is you want to find 4 people who would like to become a loyal customer. And the loyal customer is the first part that Melissa talked about. They want to get your wholesale pricing, so they become a customer of yours. And in your first 30 days, if you do that, you will get 120 in free product from the company, and you will get to buy 2 boxes of wraps for $25 a piece, which is really nice. They're normally $59. So you can go out and make a profit with those wrap rewards as well as your 120 in free product. And just a little side note on my story, I actually was able to make enough cash selling wraps that I saved my home from foreclosure. So step 2, get those 4 loyal customers in 30 days, and then step 3 is to go Ruby. And Ruby is a rank in the company. And what it looks like is you've gone out and you found 3 people to join you. They did the same exact thing you did. They joined for $99. They got 4 loyal customers in their first 30 days. And one of them found 2 people who joined for $99 and got 4 loyal customers in their 30 days. So we actually have a bonus in place right now. If you can accomplish these steps and go Ruby in your first 2 calendar months, you're going to get a $500 bonus. So that's kind of nice. You not only get Ruby pay, but you get that additional bonus. And then our next slide is my favorite part, I'll admit. This is our average annual distributor earnings by rank, We all start off as a distributor, and as we are working our business and adding customers and distributors to our team, and our distributors are adding customers and distributors, we work our way up the ranks of the company. And when you work your way up the ranks, you actually unlock certain keys in the compensation plan, which is really exciting. So we already touched on Ruby there. Ruby actually makes an average of $5,603 a year. And I know people that could use an extra $6,000 a year. I don't remember the exact statistics, but I think an average family, if they could just make an extra, I think $300 a month, that would save them from bankruptcy. So that's huge. And I'm going to hop up to our diamond level here. We've got some diamonds on our interview right now. A diamond makes an average of $23,002 a year. I know that when I got to diamond, I was actually able to quit my job. At this point, I was making more money than my job, and I really wanted to focus on this because I saw the big picture. The next rank is double diamond. This was my goal initially. I got to get to double diamond because my bills will be paid and then some. Never in a million years did I think that anything past that was possible. Then we've got our triple diamond. I know I went triple April of 2014, and that's an average of $104,842 a year. And then we have our presidential, which I know I've got some girls in here, Melissa and Corinne both, and Angie are going for triple. They're triple. Angie's going for triple presidential, and a presidential makes an average of $193,896 a year. My next promotion is ambassador, and it's mind-blowing to think that, wow, like that's possible. But if you are consistent and you build your business and you grow and you put in the time, you put in the effort, like this is possible. So look at this chart and what number would be good for you and your family. Like what do you need? And just know that the numbers are real and we're all real people. So right now, I would like to actually get my first guest on here, and it's going to be Angie. Melissa, did you want to add anything to that before we go on to the interviews?
All I would say is that I think my favorite part about all of it is that we really get paid to help our team. We get a paycheck, a higher paycheck, the more we help other people get a higher paycheck. So I think that's one of my favorite parts about it. We talk about building a team. Well, it's not just building our team. We definitely have to help them. And that's, I think, why most of us have been so successful at this. So.
Yep, I agree completely. Definitely. Okay, so I'm going to interview Angie Polk. Angie Polk is actually my cousin, so it's pretty exciting that family is involved with me. And the first question, Angie, we know your name. Can you tell us where you are and how long you've been with It Works and what your rank is right now?
Okay. Of course, I'm Angie Polk. I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I'm originally from Michigan, like Alicia. We all hailed from the great state of Michigan. I have been in since December of 2013, so almost 2 years, just shy of 2 years, about 21 months, I guess. And we are double diamond. We went double diamond after a year with the company. We've just kind of been hanging out at double for a while, so I'm looking forward to moving up.
Well, the funny thing is, like, double diamond's a really good place to be, let me tell you.
It's not a bad place to hang out.
It's not a bad place at all. Okay, so I wanted to ask you, sometimes I have people tell me that they could never do something like this because that they're just so busy and they don't have time. Can you tell us what your life was like before you started It Works? How many kids do you have, and what were you doing for work?
Well, I have 4 kids, all the way from ages 21 to 5. And of course, when I started It Works, they were a little younger. And my oldest daughter also has a baby, so I even have a grandbaby. And I was a teacher working in the classroom. And it was at a church school, so it wasn't like a normal classroom where I just taught 5th grade social studies. I actually taught several grades. I was in a multi-grade classroom teaching anywhere from grades 3 through 8 to 5 through 8 and all subjects. So the lesson planning and the amount of grading I had to do was very, very substantial. I was also the principal of the school, so not only was I in the classroom teaching all day, but I was also literally at the school almost every night of the week, between steering committee meetings, school board meetings, church board meetings, parent-teacher conferences. I was just literally, it was my life. It was 24/7, devoting my time to the school. My husband, we started a gym, East Coast Boxing, and even though it was my husband, we opened the gym together, but of course I was at the school all the time, so he literally was at the gym probably 16 hours a day. He was there when it opened at 6 in the morning, and he's usually coming home at 10 o'clock at night. So we were probably the busiest people that you could possibly meet. We also, at the time, our little girl was only 2.5, so we had a little 2.5-year-old at home as well. So we were extremely busy, and that's really why we kept saying that we didn't want to join. But we learned quite quickly that we could figure out how to fit it in our schedule.
Great. Yeah, that sounds busy. Like my head's spinning just listening to all of that. Okay.
I know, that's why when people tell me they're busy, I'm like, you're not busy.
Yes. Okay, so how did you do it? Like, what would you recommend to busy people, how to do it?
Sure. For busy people, we just made our motto, do something every day. So we waited a while to get in, and one of the reasons we gave was we were too busy. But we finally got in, but once we decided to just do it, I think that's the important thing, is just make that decision that you're just going to do it. And once you make that decision, we just made it our motto, and we all have team pages, and we made our motto on our team page, do something every day. And so even if I was coming home at 10:30 at night from a late church board meeting, I would literally just lay in bed, I would get out my laptop, and I would message people. So everybody has 10 minutes during the day, 15 minutes during the day where they can just connect with their friends on Facebook, their family. I just stayed very consistent with posting and with just doing something every day. So I could not go to bed at night unless I had done something to grow my business.
Okay, so what is what is life like now, and where do you see yourself in a year?
Okay, life now is wonderful. We grew pretty quickly just doing something every day and staying consistent. And so after a year, we actually went double diamond. And of course, my husband's underneath of me, and so we're growing him as well. So we're bringing 2 commissions into the household. And after a year, I was able to quit my job. So I am now a stay-at-home mom, a work-from-home mom, and life has become very much less stressful, and I'm at home with my little girl now. I'm able to watch my grandbaby, and I never used to get to do that. And I'm actually homeschooling my 5-year-old, and I'm getting ready to have another grandbaby. So life is good. Life is good. A year from now, we project, we hope to be presidential, if not ambassador, in a year. That's
awesome. And long-term black diamond, which is not on the income chart. Well, thanks, Angie, for getting on. I'm going to jump over to Sheila here, and she can unmute her microphone. Hey, Sheila.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Good. All right. Yeah, that's okay. I'm a little nervous too, but it's normal. Okay, so tell us, who you are, where you are, how long you've been with It Works, and your current rank.
I live on Siesta Key. I've been in It Works since the end of January 2012. My current rank right now is Ruby. We also have another Ruby on our team, just went Ruby with me at the same time. What else did you say?
Awesome. Okay, so you signed up in 2012, and I really like your story because, sometimes people will sign up for It Works and it's just not the right time for them. And for you, it wasn't right. It wasn't the right time. Like life kind of got in the way a little bit. Will you share with us, what happened and what made you refocus on doing this?
Yeah, I was going through a tough time in my life at the time. When you introduced me to the company, it was through Facebook. I was already in using holistic products, and we shared a lot of different holistic ideas together. And then I think it was probably about October or November 2011, I think is when you first told me about It Works on Facebook. And I just did a lot of research with it, and that's one thing I'm kind of anal about. I like doing a lot of research with different things. And so I did about 3 months worth of research, and then I decided to go for it. And I didn't even try a wrap. I don't think I tried a wrap. What was it, like 2 weeks later, I think, that you came down? You came down, and we had my first wrap party at somebody's house. I only had one person there, but it was okay. I knew, a little bit about multi-level marketing before, so I knew that the research I did, that this is a really good base company, and I really like their background. I'm all about permaculture and different holistic products, so I was tickled to death to find this product and how I could help people with it. So during the time I was in a relationship, and it wasn't a very good relationship. He wasn't very supportive. I actually had to borrow the money from him to sign up, paid it back, and he made sure I did. And then things got kind of bad at home. Things kind of went downhill and kind of got abusive, and I kind of put the business on hold. Every time I tried to work the business, my computers got broke, my cameras got broke, things just didn't work out. So, but I never gave up. I still stayed a distributor, I just wasn't an active distributor. So just kind of kept going with my life, and later on then we actually went through, I have some notes, let me go back.
You were doing great.
I know, I was doing good. Then we went through this time in our life where I was helping people, and there was a friend, not really a friend, but acquaintance that she had just had surgery, and I started cleaning house for her and different things like that. And I actually worked for them. They had a national company. I was a assistant manager with them, and I just had a bad time getting paid down here. Like every job I had here in Florida, I was an operations manager for a cleaning company here. I was an executive assistant for a broker company, and I just had a tough time getting paid. And so I knew this It Works was there for me, and I knew it would wait for me. It wasn't going to go anywhere. It was always going to be here. And so I just kind of tried to live day by day back then. I came to my senses finally. I started seeing signs of abuse again. Not as bad as the first time, but April of this year I moved out, starting my life over, and I might start crying. I'm not even looking at my notes anymore. My team is amazing. They're all here with me right now. We're just still, I'm going to cry. You want to take over?
No crying allowed. There's no whining allowed. No whining, no crying.
Okay, I got to mention my try.
Okay, see guys how supportive this company is? Yeah. I said, see how supportive everybody is, your family.
When I moved out in April, I still had my Facebook page. I was still posting every once in a while. And I knew once I moved out and got settled, I want to get caught back up. I still had lifetime customers. I had over 20 lifetime customers. I have 2 distributors out there that were active. They were just using the products. And I had 2 distributors that canceled, but now that I'm talking to them again, they actually are going through similar circumstances. And I have a good hope for them to come back on board. But So when I moved out, I had people contacting me, and I didn't really want to start back up full-time with It Works till about June. And met some people at actually a server at another Broken Egg here on Siesta Key during the mornings, and I met some people there, and they ended up having a wrap party. I wasn't even moved. I was in the middle of moving, and she was my first distributor once I started back up. And she just now opened a healing spa in Osprey, but in Osprey or Venice. Kim just opened her healing spa.
Oh, nice.
So I'm expecting her. Oh, she just had an accident. She broke 3 ribs last weekend. And so then I started talking to Lisa about holistic products, and I told her about It Works, and then things just started taking off from there. We hold weekly trainings. We have double kickoff parties. We don't have just single kickoff parties.
Okay, and she drives around on her trike wrapping people from one end of the key to the next. So I just had to put that in there.
I do.
For that part of her story.
Course right now, so I don't have a vehicle at the time. So I do ride the scat bus, and I do have a tricycle, and it doesn't stop me. I get off work. I get up at sometimes 5 o'clock in the morning. I get off work, and I got 10 messages. I got to go here, here, and here, and here. And I'm on that trike, and I'm going all over the key, wrapping people and helping my teammates.
Yep, that's
where I'm at right now. Sorry, I went over a little.
That's no excuses right there. She has a really strong reason to make this work, and Sheila's taking it to the top. So you guys watch her. Everybody on this little webinar right now, you just watch.
I want to say one more thing. Our team right now, we are in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Ohio, and Kentucky, and we just started back in May.
Awesome
so
job.
We're doing awesome.
Awesome. Okay, thank you very much, Sheila. Love you, girl.
Love you too.
Okay, so the next person, Melissa, you're going to interview your 2 girls. So back to Triple Diamond, Melissa Martin.
Thank you. I had never heard Sheila's story before, so that was pretty touching to me. I am a girl of no excuses, so I love to hear that you ride around on a trike, wrapping all of the keys. So, which is a really good transition to me for my next girl, and both my girls really. But I joined this business in June of 2013. I worked full time. I worked 50, 60 hours a week. I had a toddler, and I had a good job. But I never really got to see my husband, and I was working opposite schedule. My kid never saw me with her, with my husband. Woo, we're getting kind of weird here. But in 6 months with this business, we were able to pay off $20,000 of debt with the help of It Works. At that point, I was like, you know what, I could really knock this out of the park and possibly not go back to work, because at the time I was pregnant and working a job and had my child, my first baby. So I didn't want to have to go back to work, and I wanted to be able to see my husband sometimes. So we did do that. We went Double Diamond, replaced my income. Within a year and a half, I was actually it was about a year. I was able to go on maternity leave and never return. And 3 months later, we retired my husband. So we both work from home. It's been 1 year that we both have been rewired, we call it, and both work from home. And a lot of what we've done is through social media. I had a strong why, and we helped a lot of people. For me, one piece of advice I can give is, people always ask about, well, is it a pyramid thing? And, well, not really. My sponsor got me in, and I'm so grateful for her getting me in. But she's above me in this pyramid, if that's what you want to call it, and I make more than her. So just know that whatever efforts you put in, your paycheck will reflect it. Treat it like a business, and you'll get business pay. If you just want an extra couple $100 a month, then you just work it like that. It's what you want in this business. That's the effort you put in. So I'm going to transition over to Sarah. Sarah Marceau. She is a diamond with us. I guess I shouldn't have said that, but Sarah, why don't you tell us your name, how long you've been with It Works, and then of course your current rank.
My name is Sarah Marceau. I am a diamond with It Works Global, and I have been with the company since June of last year, so just about 16 months. And I'm from Orlando, Florida.
Awesome. So we have a big team in Orlando, but it's funny that you really hadn't heard much about the company quite yet. When I met you, you were pregnant. And you just kind of came out of the gates running. Can you, because I want to, talk to everybody that might have kids, might be busy, might be pregnant, explain to them kind of what you did to run out, to hit the ground running.
So when I started, I was actually 7-8 months pregnant, and I had a 12-month-old at home. So I had very little time. I was tired. I could have made all the excuses, but my biggest thing was staying plugged in and consistently reaching out to people and posting on social media, and my business just exploded.
So what is your average day look like now? I know you were working a lot, so can you kind of go into your story of how much you were working at your job too?
Yeah, so when I first started, I was 8 months pregnant, I had a 12-month-old at home, and I was working 50 to 60 hours at my fiance's restaurant. So right after I had the baby, right before I had the baby, I started with the business, and a month or two later was football season, so I had to go back. Which is our busiest season, so that was really tough for me, and that's when my whole idea of the business changed. I went to conference in January, and that's when I saw the light at the end of the tunnel and knew that I had to change something. I was working till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, coming home, trying to take care of a newborn, and it just wasn't working for me. So I kind of just hit the ground running. If I could give one tip to moms that are busy, it's to make a schedule. I've been very all over the place, and I've recently created a schedule for myself that's kind of kept me on task, and it makes me get so much more done on a daily basis.
That's awesome. What would you say to a mom that has a little bit of fear because they've just got so much going on with their kids? And maybe you've got a mom coming to you saying, I'm not a big salesperson, and I've got so much going on with my kids, plus I work. What would you tell them?
I would just tell them to try to get 1, 2, 3 things done a day, and I'm not a salesperson at all, and whenever people say it to me, I'm like, well, am I being salesy to you? And they're like, no. So you don't have to be a salesperson, you just have to be able to share what this business is doing for you and how awesome our products are, and people will come to you.
So I'm really excited for you because I know that you are bound for triple in the next year, which is a 6-figure income. You're currently a diamond. Like we said, diamonds make about $23,000 a year. I know you earned a huge bonus on top of that too, which is awesome. And I think I'm most excited for you because you don't have to go into the bar every night anymore, because I came from a hospitality background and I know how that is with kids.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, not having to go to the restaurant. In January I went to conference. In March I went diamond and earned the $20,000 bonus, and that was my last day of working. So that's been awesome. I'm now a stay-at-home mom. I work from home, and my kids don't have to go to daycare, which also saves me the $2,000 a month on childcare as well. So ultimately you're making double what you really are making because you're not making that investment into childcare, and I get to spend all day with the babies. So
It's a blessing and a curse sometimes, right? No. No, it's awesome. I am deathly afraid of daycare. Not that I blame anyone who does it. I just have like these really bad fears of what happens or what could happen. Just my personality. So speaking of hospitality, I'm gonna switch it over to my girl Kelly because I met Kelly in a bar. We bartended together. And oddly enough, I actually walked out of this job when I first met Kelly because I hated it so much. Excuse me. So it's kind of a funny story. Our husbands were more friends before we met. And I was really scared to reach out to Kelly, but I knew she liked to have a good time. She's also a nurse. She was going through nursing school, graduated, had a really good job at a hospital. And so I was really scared to reach out to her. I was nervous of what she might think of me, and I just did. I just asked her to host a party for me. Kelly, if you'll just tell us your name, where you're from, and how long you've been with It Works.
My name is Kelly Ahern. I am currently living in Orlando, Florida. I grew up in Maryland, and I started with It Works February of last year.
Okay, so what went through your mind? I'm just curious. I've never asked you this. What went through your mind when I was like, hey, will you host a party?
Well, I'm a total party person, so I was like, yeah, absolutely, let's do this.
Okay, so at your party, all your friends wanted to sign up as customers.
Yeah.
So kind of go through that with me. Like,
Well,
what happened from there?
What's going on?
What's that?
I said I was completely oblivious to what was going on.
So at your party, tell them what happened, how you became a distributor.
Well, I think I had 6 people come and wrap, so Melissa made some serious cash that day. And because I had 4 people at least show up, she wrapped me for free, which who doesn't like free? Everyone decided to sign up that stayed. I think it was 5 people. It was 5 people that decided to sign up. So after everyone filled out their order forms and went about their way, Melissa sat down and said, listen, if you sign up as a distributor, these are all your customers. You get $120 in free product, and you can get 2 packs of wraps for $25 each.
And you pretty much were like, where do I sign? So, which was kind of funny because when you started, I was like, I'm not going to push her. She just kind of started for some free products. But slowly things changed. What made you change your mind into kind of wanting to make this your full-time gig?
Oh, well, when I first signed up, I just signed up to get my free product and some discount wraps. I did nothing. For a good 6 months, I probably posted seldomly here and there, and I was just kind of like, whatever, this is cool, but I didn't get it. I don't even know when I really got it. I think it was when I finally understood what Go Ruby really meant, and I'm glad they encourage it so much now because it wasn't like that when I first started. But once I started having people sign up with me that were my cousin, my friends, like that I knew from years back, fellow nurses, and I was like, oh, well, I can really do this. We can do this. Let's do this all together. And it kind of just took off from there. And then conference last year, when they announced those double good bonuses, I claimed mine, and I got my $20,000 bonus going diamond the next month.
That was awesome. It was awesome and scary all at the same time. I remember it vividly. So, for those of you on the call and watching live, Kelly has some really great news. Would you like to break the news?
I just put my notice in for at work to go per diem instead of be full-time.
Woohoo! Yes, Kelly is going to be a full-time It Works person with us. So what, like, currently before that, how many hours a week and what are your hours like as a nurse?
Usually anywhere between, I would usually do 3 shifts a week, which is 3 12-hour shifts, which I left the house at 6 o'clock in the morning and didn't get home till 7:30 at night.
So now, and what about like holidays? Because I know that's a big one for you.
Big one for me, especially after having kids. I tried to work the holidays all the time before I had kids because it was time and a half, it was money. Now, of course, I want to be home with my kids. We have a new house that I want to do new things in, first Thanksgiving, first Christmas, and I'm not working any holidays this year, come all of the winter holidays anyways.
Yay! I'm so excited for you. Kelly sent me a text. I wish I could show it to you guys, but it's kind of like R-rated. It has some swear words in it because she couldn't believe she actually gets to just go per diem as a nurse. I think it's really inspiring to hear that we have nurses and people with such a great background, people with holistic backgrounds that know that these products are made with such quality ingredients and that they work when they're taken properly. So that we have so many nurses and even doctors that back our products and what they do. So I'm going to ask that you just leave us with one business building tip for maybe some fellow nurses out there or people working long hours with kids as well. You'll just leave us kind of like an aha moment or a business tip.
For people that worked hours, I did just, you're busy. We all are busy. Everyone is busy. Everyone thinks they're busier than everyone else. But, I mean, it takes you less than 2 minutes to go on Facebook, post something about the business, and then go work. Sit down at lunch, post something about the business, go back to work. You get home, post something in the driveway, put your phone down and walk inside. I mean, it's just about consistency and how much you want it and how much you don't want to work full time anymore.
I love it. Thank you guys so much for being on this call. I'm so excited for you both because I know you have a long way to go, and you're going to be doing it here pretty quickly. So both of these girls will be triple diamond here in the next 12 months. Mark my words.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to Corinne so that she can interview her girls and we can hear a little bit about Corinne's story. Hi, Corinne.
Hey, girl. Oh, I'm super excited about this tonight. I just spent some time with somebody I'll be interviewing tonight. I'm Corinne Burnstead. I am a triple diamond, and I've been in since March 31st, 2013. And when I first joined this business, it really wasn't for to replace my income or anything. It was just because I wanted to use the products and I wanted to be able to help pay for those products. So I decided to be a distributor. And 9 months later, I wasn't even really going to work this business anymore, but I went to a big company event and I decided I was going to do this like full speed. So I did, went diamond in 3 months, and just a couple months after that, replaced our income and told my hubby, you need to be coming home. You come home, let me work this, because this is so different than anything we've ever done. And we are entrepreneurs at heart, so we also had our own 2 businesses, and this has completely replaced all of that income. So now we can do things that we're passionate about outside of this without feeling like we have to for money. So it's been a wild ride. I love it. It's pushed us to actually dream bigger and know that we can do more with our lives than what we were doing. And we are planning retirement for 3. I have 2 boys, and my youngest has Down syndrome, and he's just so amazing. And I can't even tell you how awesome it is to be able to grow with him and be one of the main influences in his life. So it's been really awesome, and actually that leads me to think about my girl Jennifer Mendez. She is a single mom of 3, and Jennifer, hello.
Hi.
Hey, girl. So why don't you tell us who you are, how long you've been in, where you're from, and your current rank?
Okay, so I am Jennifer Mendez. I live in Orlando. I've only been here about 2 years, and I'm originally from New York City. And I've been with It Works since December of 2014. So just a little bit less than a year, and I'm a diamond leader with It Works.
I never would have guessed that, when we met in our church that we'd be working together, and this would have completely transformed your life the way it has. Can you tell us a little bit about how you actually ended up signing up to do this?
Meeting you. Okay, well, we actually met in a retreat from our church. She was, Corinne was my bunkie. She was my roommate. We actually slept in the same bed, even though it sounds crazy, but that's true. And I didn't know this girl from a hole in the wall. And we left the retreat and we exchanged numbers, but I never knew what she did until we bumped into each other at church, and then we just started talking about life and how things were going. And I had gotten laid off like 2 days before that conversation, and Corinne was like, we need to go out to lunch so I can tell you a little bit about my business. And I'm like, what do you mean a little bit about your business? And she's like, let's go. And I was like, I can't afford it. I can't even afford to go out to lunch. And she's like, I'll buy you some coffee. Just meet me. And that's how we met. And we met up the next day. We went to McDonald's. She told me about the opportunity. She had the distributor form right there. I was like, oh my God, my last check is coming in. I don't know if I should do this or not. And then I just said, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go for it, and took a leap of faith. And my last paycheck with my job that I had just gotten laid off, I was able to sign up, and that's how I signed up.
I got goosebumps because I just remember that time, and it was a pure leap of faith for you. But I did see something in you, and I knew that you'd be able to do so much with this. So I know you got your 3 babes, your little ones. Now I'm curious how you really work this business with having the 3 of them, because you don't do anything outside of this.
Yes, as far as work, no, this is my only income. This is my only job. I go to school online, and I have 3 kids, and I'm a single mom of 3. So it does get challenging because they take a lot of my time, but I try to basically put my business in everything that I do. I make sure that, if they're taking a nap, I'm there messaging people. If I'm cooking, I'm listening to a training. I just make the business around my daily lifestyle. Like, I just involve everything. I don't just say, okay, I'm not going to watch my kids, I'm going to work. No, I do it all together. I guess that's what I do.
Yeah. Well, I think that's really inspiring, because I think a lot of people think of, when you're working a job, you can't do it with your kids, and you actually, you put it all together. And here's something that really touches my heart is your girls, especially, have really shown that you are showing a good example for them. Like, you're showing them how you're so strong and are able to run a business, and how you do that, and that you're dreaming and working and taking care of them and providing all at the same time, and what an influence that is for your kids. So kudos to you, girl. Now, what would you say to somebody who financially just isn't in a place or feels stuck in that mind frame of, I just don't have the money to do this. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Like, what would you say to them?
I would say find 4 people that want to try a wrap. Like, I get that a lot. Not everyone on my team had the money to sign up. So I give them the option, find 4 people that want to try this wrap at $25 and pre-sell your wraps. Or I tell them, let's host a party and let's get you started. Whoever invited you guys, to this video, they can help you get started if you don't have that money to come up with that $100. And yeah, we're here to help. So that's what I say. That's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. You can do it.
Yes, that reminds me. You have gone down in It Works history for where there's a will, there's a way, right?
Yeah.
just give us a quick little 20-second glance into what you did to get yourself to that big conference we had in January.
Yes, we have a big conference every year, and I was told from you guys to go, and I had no money to get there. So I basically just drove people and charged them money while they were going back and forth to conference in the airport so I can buy my ticket. So this is why you mentioned when we say, there's a will, there's a way. If you really want this to work, if you want to change your future, if you want to make some money, if you want to, even if it's just part-time money, if it's just side money, where there's a will, there's a way. You can do this. If I did that, then anything is possible.
Oh, I love that. You're such a huge inspiration, and I hope that there's somebody watching right now who, can relate to this, because you're a prime example of what you can do in this, with this opportunity. And never having to go back to a 9-to-5 must mean a lot to you, girl.
Never again. I would never. Like, love working for myself. I own my time. That's the best part about this business for me. Like, the freedom of time. I'm able to do everything with my kids, and I don't have to worry about anything.
That's so awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you got to share your story on here tonight. Yay! So I have another girl here on my team who has been such a huge inspiration in so many different ways. Sandra Crespo. Hi, girl.
Hey, hey.
So tell us where you're from, how long you've been in, and your current rank.
I am from Orlando, Florida, so I'm local to Corinne, and I have been doing this for 2.5 years now. I'm sorry, that was Julian. For 2.5 years now, and I'm currently a diamond.
That's so awesome. Now listen, you actually weren't really that highly involved with this in the beginning, actually until after last January. What changed your mind? What was it like before January and after? What was your involvement in the company?
It was huge. So lately, I have been telling people I have been doing this for 2.5 years, but I really have been working the business since January. And I actually went to that conference, that big event that we have, and something clicked. The light bulb went off in my head. I was about to have a second baby, and I did not want to have to go back to work. I am an esthetician by trade, so weekends is the time that you make the most money doing skin, like facials and peels. So everything I work at the salt room. So I was working at the salt room, and I did not want to have to go back Fridays and Saturdays anymore like that. I don't want my weekends to have to go back to it, and I decided at that moment that it wasn't going to happen, and I was able to achieve it in March. I went diamond, and I actually make more money than I did back then.
And you got the $20,000 bonus.
Yep, I earned that bonus.
That's so great. Now, recently I just saw that you got a new toy. And you've got a really happy husband. What'd you get?
Well, we were able to get a boat. That was pretty cool, and that was paid for cash, so we don't owe anything on that. And yeah, hubby is all for it.
I have loved watching you evolve because even then, back then before January, you weren't on even social media a whole lot, and now I see that you guys are always living an adventure. And, going out in the boat, or you're going to the science center, and you're still actually working while you're doing that. So how do you involve your work into your adventure?
I just invite people into my adventure. I want people to realize that you don't have to be locked in an office or a cubicle, or even at home. You can just go out to the park and bring your phone. As long as you have your phone, and you could work from anywhere. Yesterday we were at Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, and I was still able to post on Instagram and follow up with people, and also check in with my teammates. So you don't have to be locked in somewhere to work. I make it work when I take the kids to Science Center. I work while I'm there. So as long as I have my phone, I can work from anywhere. It's awesome.
That's so awesome. And a little bit of belly to belly too, right? The more we're out, we get to share this with other people that we may run into.
Yep, exactly.
That's so great. Well, thank you for being on. I know you're so busy with your two little ones, literally little ones. How old is Julian?
He's 2. He'll be 3 at the end of this month.
And then Milena is?
She's 8 months. She just turned 8 months.
So that's so great. I love that you can go anywhere with those kids, and they actually will get to go play and be involved instead of just sitting at home. Like, you're able to go out and still work and enjoy life with the kids. That's so great. Thank you so much, Sandra. And Melissa, is there anything you'd like to add?
Hey, I think just kind of like an aha moment for me as we're all sitting here. Everyone keeps talking about conference. So if you're sitting here watching going, what are they talking about? Why are they all getting together for a conference? Conference is a once-a-year event for us, and our company is really big about personal growth. The second you think you know everything is the second, obviously, you stop learning and stop growing, and times are always changing. So this conference really gets you around positive, like-minded people. And if, they're not required for you to go to these things, but we constantly get together as teams, as sidelines, as a company to really fill not only your spiritual tank, but your mental tank, your positivity tank. And that there's really something to be said by surrounding yourself with people that just really believe in you and know that anything is possible. And that's what that conference did and has done for, I think, almost everyone on this call. I know for me it was a huge game changer as well. I mean, gosh, I think we started making almost 10 times as much after our first conference. So that was a big aha moment, just listening to everybody's stories here. But yeah, I don't know Corinne, do you want to close it out, or do we just kind of want to?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that this has really changed a lot for me is the friendships, the support, the hope that we have for our future. I think a lot of times we feel like we're stuck or life can be redundant, and it doesn't have to be that way. We can dream bigger, we can do more, we can give more, and that's something that's really close to my heart. Is not only am I thinking about being able to provide for my family better, but being able to give more and help others. And ultimately, you only have one life to live, right? So that's meant a lot to me. So we thank you so much for being on with us tonight, and get back with the person who invited you. If you have any questions or you want to get started, then just so thanks again for being tonight, and hope to see you later.
Great. Thank you, everyone, for being on. Have a great night.
Bye.